This is the Ichika signature model. So this is his design with the silver pickups and the white.
The aesthetic is so sharp, yeah.
And the cool thing with these is you don't need a double ball end string. It feeds through, and an Allen screw tightens down the string.
Oh, nice.
So you pull it tight and then tune it up. So there is the Hydra.
Play and Trade Guitars is giving away this Gibson Custom Shop Les Paul to one of you. How to enter? Subscribe to Play and Trade Guitars on YouTube, and we'll give it away when we hit 50,000 subscribers.
Play and Trade Guitars. I'm John, that's Zach behind the camera. We are here with Emery from Ibanez. Thanks so much for taking some time.
Absolutely.
To show us some of the standouts from Ibanez here at 2022 NAMM in Anaheim, California.
2022.
As we were talking about, Ibanez has one of our favorite artist rosters.
Right.
It's so diverse in terms of styles
Absolutely.
and some serious heavy hitters. We just love to take a look at what's new at Ibanez and take a walk with you.
Let's do it.
So we'll follow you.
Yeah, we'll let these guys get their thing out of the way. And speaking of artists, there's Tom Quayle showing off his new signature model, so it's not something you see every day.
No.
So a big launch over the last couple years has been the AZ guitars, kind of going for that kind of a fusion style player, moving away from what we're known for, like with RGs and S's with the tiny necks, really flat radius. These are a lot fatter neck. It's a round D-shaped neck.
Okay.
Stainless steel frets, roasted maple necks, Seymour Duncan Hyperion pickups that were made just for these guitars. Goto tremolos with stainless steel saddles, actually titanium saddles on the Japanese model. This is the one on the far left, the white one is the AZ 2204N, and N is kind of the, what do they call that new fusion? They've got a new name for it, new something. I just call it fusion, but it's like what
like
Ichika, Neo Soul, that's what it is.
Neo Soul,
so,
yeah.
Neo Soul is what the N stands for.
Okay.
So the difference in the N and the traditional AZ, the tremolo on the AZ you can pull up. It's recessed. This one is flush to the body, so you can only dive.
Just down.
The neck is a little thinner,
Yeah.
and you've got a rosewood fingerboard. So, and all these guitars have the alter switch. So you've got your proprietary, made for us by Mary Jo at Seymour Duncan. She makes all of our Hyperions.
Nice.
You've got the roasted maple neck. You've got the Goto height adjustable locking tuners.
Oh, wow.
So the cool thing with these, there's an Allen screw. So if you want the tuner to be higher or lower, you can just crank it in there when the strings are off,
that's
and
wild.
it'll raise and lower.
Yeah.
The other cool thing is you don't need a tool to change strings on this lock-in tuner. You just wind it until it pops,
Nice.
pull it out, stick the new one in, wind it till it clicks, and you're done.
No kidding.
Great playing guitars, great ideas. The idea with the alter switch is to give you more voicings. So on a traditional, with the switch down, your humbucker, here your humbucker middle, just middle, neck and middle, and then neck. Flip the alter switch, nothing changes on the humbucker, but you go here, now it's just the back single coil. In the middle, these go in series like a humbucker, so you've got a 2 humbucker setup. Fourth position is the telly spread, the neck and the middle, which is amazing.
I'm a sucker for that.
And then the humbucker in the neck position. The 2 humbucker versions have something a little different. They've got 10 sounds. We actually do the humbucker itself in series or parallel. So even more options with a 2 humbucker guitar, which is unusual.
That's right up my alley. I love it. The roasted maple neck. Great choice.
I've got this guitar in the 6-string, and it's my absolute favorite guitar.
Gorgeous.
So new 7-string in black, and then in the premium line, our made in Indonesia guitars, we've added some new finishes with the bound bodies, roasted maple neck, traditional locking Gotos instead of the height adjustable. And then your single hum, which has been a big request because that's an Ibanez staple, and we didn't do it on the Japanese AZs. Couple more humbucker equipped, Palfero fingerboard, and then the new AZ single cut, the AZ-S. So we made 2 different versions of this.
It's sharp. I like that. Nice and clean.
Single cut, you can either get it with a hardtail or the tremolo, but it still keeps the plate, so it still looks like the single cut's supposed to look. And there again, you've got the alter switch, but on this, it's more coil tap and different series parallel wirings.
Very nice.
And so, yeah, this has been it was a big leap to try to do something like this. We went through a lot of prototypes, met with a lot of artists, and the way we started the AZ line was with guys like Martin Miller and Tom Quayle and the guys in Sean and the guys in Polyphia. They fell in love with the guitar itself, and then we branched that into a line. We didn't make it just about signatures.
Sure.
And now it's worked into the AZ Essentials, which is our student guitar, designed with Tomo Fujita from Berkeley.
Yeah.
And this, as a former teacher,
One of my favorite players.
He's amazing. His right
He's so
hand
good.
is something else.
It's crazy.
His Instagram is one of my favorite things to watch,
It's great.
especially when his cat's there, you know. But as a former guitar teacher, the 10, 12-year-old kid comes into class and he's lost the nut off his input jack, or something's broken on the guitar, and it takes you 20 minutes to fix it, and then he's got a 10-minute lesson.
Yeah.
So we came up with some really cool ideas. So these are the new AZ Essential guitars. So it's a 24-inch scale, so it's slightly shorter.
Sure.
So very kid-friendly. Nice rounded edge, nice comfortable neck, but it's still a beefier neck than, say, an RG. Road steel saddle, so you can see the curve.
Yeah.
There's no screws sticking out to grab your palm.
Yeah.
The alter switch, which gives you a couple extra voicings
That's cool.
in the switching. So even something cool for
I
an
would not
entry
have
level.
expected that.
And then, as I was mentioning, the input jack, it's a one-piece, all one-piece jack. So no nut to fall off, no washer to lose, no jack to fall inside.
Teaching, you don't need the needle nose to
Right,
go in there. Yeah.
right. So, one problem solved, and the guitar plays amazing. 3 single coil with a hardtail is $299 street price,
Nice.
and tremolo hum single is $349
Nice.
for an AZ guitar.
Well, I have a 10-year-old, so I can appreciate that. But regardless, it looks. I love the color.
Oh, absolutely. A lot of
Features.
very vintage colors.
Yeah.
One of Tomo's main guitars he uses on his videos is this
Oh, no kidding.
red from the 60s.
Nice.
We call
Yeah.
it Vermilion, but there was another car paint name for it in the 60s. That,
Yeah. Yeah.
a few new things from January, since we really haven't had any time for anything to have a lifespan. We really didn't come out with a whole lot of new stuff. So we brought this stuff from January with the new finishes in the RGA, new finish in the rose gold
That's
on the
super sharp.
S.
That sparkle finish there is gorgeous too.
And it's amazing because this is this gunmetal or blue metal chameleon,
Oh man.
chrome hardware, roasted maple neck. It's a Geo. It's $299.
No kidding. This is $299.
$299. So, not your daddy's Geo. And something
really
else,
impressive.
and all the Ibanez nerds will love this. I'm a huge fan of this. Is the truss rod adjustment.
Oh no
We started
way.
doing that on a lot of guitars because everybody loses the screws. You never put it back the way it's supposed to be, so that you can just do that with a guitar pick or your fingernail
Super
and
smart.
adjust your. And it's so smart.
Love it.
These guys are always dreaming up something.
Oh, look at that
so,
finish.
I know it's
This
fantastic.
is great too.
It is. And then this chameleon.
Very sharp. Yeah, great price point.
Yeah,
Really, really-
$429 here, $399 here. So it's great playing guitars. If you need as your backup or as your main guitar, you don't have to sell everything you own, to buy a guitar.
Sure.
Same thing with that's why when we get into 7 strings, 8 strings, if you want to venture into that, you can do it affordable. You can
Yeah.
get in under $500 into a fantastic guitar that you don't have to sell your whole collection to try something new.
Sure. Beautiful RG Prestige
Yeah,
premiums.
new Prestige with the Fishman Fluence pickups.
Another
and a
incredible
new
finish too. I love that green.
Yes.
It's like a
So,
metallic green, dark green.
Super wizard neck on this, very slim,
Yeah.
super fat, just like super wide, flat, just like our
Yeah.
traditional, like the 550s and the 570s.
I was telling you, I'm a fan.
I have a 92 770 was my main guitar for
Nice.
hundreds of years, and
Oh,
it's
that's so cool.
still there.
When did you get involved with Ibanez?
I've been here, this is my 10th year as a rep, but I've been playing, my first Ibanez was, I believe, I had a couple of Road Stars when I was like 14, 15. My first band, all I had was Ibanez, and I've kind of been I'm a total like Paul Gilbert head, and
Yes.
so I just got locked into it spending years in retail and all this, and then now 10 years as the rep down in the
They
south.
found the right guy.
So I hope so. You know, I love it. So, and I get to, you know, show up at a NAMM show and talk about guitars.
Fantastic.
So new RG premiums that are a throwback to the 90s USA Customs. So you get the block inlays, the natural woods.
What kind of fretboard material?
That looks like ebony.
It does look like ebony. It's beautiful.
And so you've got, and then it's a neck through.
Nice.
So this is the hardtail. It's got Godot locking tuners. And the monorail bridge like on our basses. So it's 6 individual bridges pretty much.
Pretty cool.
And then the 6-string version, or the tremolo version, I'm sorry, is a real edge tremolo. Both of these are equipped with DiMarzio Tone Zone and Air Norton.
Sweet.
And I believe a True Velvet in the middle here. So this is about as traditional Ibanez as you can get.
If you want the golden era, that's
This is
the
it. So
modern
you know,
take on it. It's beautiful.
multiply neck. That neck's not going anywhere.
No.
Squeeze around to the Headless Guitars, which the Q Series Quest became a huge thing
The Headless
last
Guitars
year.
are really making their stand
It's
again.
making a huge comeback. You know, when I was a kid, it was just Steinberger,
Yeah.
and that was it.
Yeah.
And the one thing I never gelled with on a Steinberger, there was no heel, so you couldn't feel where you're playing.
Sure.
You just go off the end of the neck. So on these, we've actually
very smart.
put a volute on it,
Yeah.
so you actually can see.
Yeah.
So roasted maple. And this is the Ichika signature model. So this is his design with the silver pickups and the white.
The aesthetic is so sharp.
Bird's eye maple.
Yeah.
And the cool thing with these is you don't need a double ball end string. It feeds through, and it Allen screw tightens down the string.
Oh, nice.
So you pull it tight and then tune it up.
Beautiful. That's a piece of art right there.
It
It's
really is, and it really
well
gets
designed.
that way when you get into the the poplar burl finishes
Yeah.
and the 54 QM.
Wow.
Actually, the QX54, the X meaning tilted frets.
Got it.
So most of these players, it's light touch, it's a lot of hammer-ons, it's a lot of intricate work, but it's a really high guitar, so the frets are aimed this way because your hand is going to change than if you're playing it down below.
Sure.
So it's not for everybody, but it definitely, for the purpose it's designed for, that's, it's right. 2 strap buttons to decide how you want it to sit.
Smart.
You got your coil taps, your 5-way. And it's a super lightweight guitar. And it's just
Yeah, so this is what you're saying though, is you get that kind of angle there.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you're doing that fast hammer-on stuff.
right.
Yeah, it feels great in the hands. I want to come back and plug all these in.
Exactly. And then behind us here, we've got a couple of 4 of the new iron labels. And with the new iron labels, we really embraced the whole metal aspect of what we're known for
Sure.
in these guitars.
Like a matte,
Even
it's kinda
down
like a matte
to
finish.
the label, it looks like a death metal
Oh, no way.
logo.
Yeah,
So, and it's easier to read than some bands. It's just a pile of sticks.
right.
So we're doing a 6-string RG and a 7-string Iceman, and then we have the Zyphos 6 and 7 strings. And the Zyphos, when it went away, the public outcry was amazing. I had no idea. So I'm
roaring
glad
comeback now.
I'm glad all the Zyphos guys are happy again.
Good. Well, it's just so, what I was saying is to go from this, and then around the corner I see pictures of George Benson
Correct.
and John Scofield.
Yeah,
It's
right.
like
Pat
I said,
Metheny to the most extreme metal you've ever heard,
Yeah.
to totally like almost easy listening jazz. It's a great mixture. Even in our signature artists, but also just in the players themselves,
Yeah.
is a really great mix.
it's like the most impressive artist
Right.
lineup.
Oh,
It's just
absolutely.
incredible.
And Benson is the longest running, other than Les Paul, is the longest running endorsee of any brand. We've had him since 1978.
Wow. Yeah.
So yeah, we just had his 40th anniversary with us a couple of NAMM shows ago.
Absolutely.
And couldn't be a better
Absolutely
ambassador for the
incredible player.
brand than George Benson. I
No.
mean, everything about that guy is cool.
It's wild.
And he's playing just as good as ever. He's always, probably out on tour. This time of year it's a tour season, so there's not a lot of artists here at NAMM. And plus, some are probably still, trying to stay away. And
Well,
can't
if
say
you're
I
back out
blame
on the
them.
road, you want to stay on the road. So I
Correct.
Can, I can
yeah,
appreciate
everybody's
that.
kind of living in a bubble in their
Yeah.
tours, and
Yeah.
So we know that Steve Vai is in Europe right now, so he loaned us the Hydra to hang up in the booth and show off.
We got to look at the Hydra.
And if you haven't seen the video, we did a video for it, and it breaks down. We go through all the components, shows how everything was built, what everything does, and then his video plays of him being Steve Vai on a 3-neck monstrous.
Should we take a look at that?
Let's go over
Let's
there.
do the Hydra.
So there is the Hydra. So you've got a 12-string neck on top that's half fretted. So on the fretless part, he bends like a sitar, so he can make his Steve Vai sitar sounds that he's known for. Across the back, you've got resonant drone harp strings that are tuned to a chord. The 7-string neck in the middle is tuned to drop A, and then your bass strings are A, E, A, D. So you've got an A fretless and you've got an A fretted. So as he's playing, like in the video, he'll thumb a bass note and play the guitar, and then he'll fret with his thumb and slide the notes down. And only Steve could
it's
play
wild.
something like that,
It's like you're expanding your overall strum from this to,
Right.
this,
Well, and then he's doing the whole, waving over here and hitting over here, and
So wild.
of course he has to,
Yeah.
do his jazz hands, and
Well, this is a big surprise to see this here, because I asked you earlier, I said, how many did you make? Thinking like maybe you made a few of them.
Right. No, this is it.
This is the only one.
There were a couple of protos that might have had 2 necks
Yeah.
to get the spacing correct. When he first got it, he said, "I don't know what I'm gonna do with this." I was talking to the artist guys, and they said he would send them cell phone video like, "Hey, I figured out this little melody. Check this out."
Wow.
And he's been, man, he loves to be a part of all this. He loves, the association, and I'm really glad that he let us borrow it while he's out on tour.
And did I see another prototype, a Steve Vai prototype?
There is a 35th anniversary Pia swirl that we're doing. It's an iridescent finish, glow-in-the-dark paint, and we just happen to be right there. Once you get in there, it's locked on the wall. So first guitar is the new blue Pia, the blue powder.
We took a walk on Thursday as everything was getting set up, but that was not out yet.
No, these go back in the case at night and go back home.
Understood.
The case for the Hydra looks like a 70s Fender Rhodes case. It's the most massive.
I can only imagine.
So this is a prototype. We don't know. They haven't decided on the pickups. That's why they're black. The tremolo's black. Steve wanted something here to represent the guitar. So the
That
info
swirl
for
is
this
insane.
is coming. So,
Yeah.
But it's cool that, Ibanez has always done this. We've always had a prototype or two. We've always had something fun to look forward to, and to kind of celebrate that we can be as weird as we want to be and still have George Benson and Pat Metheny.
Which we need to take a quick walk through there again and just get another glance of those beautiful guitars. 'cause
So
those long-running
new
guitars.
Satriani, the gold Chrome Boy. And on this one it's different, no sustainer. It's got a middle pickup, all 3 humbuckers. And there are 3 toggles to turn the switches on, pickups on, like in the 80s, like the 87 Sabre would have been 3 single coil, or 3 toggle switches. And then the coil tap is the tone knob.
And you were telling us a pretty funny story that basically
We built that for him. The LA office built him the gold version of this 8 or so years ago. And he was digging through all of his stuff, and he found a case and opened it, and there was a gold Satriani. He said, "Hey, let's build this."
I love that. Why don't we do anything with this?
So now this will be in the catalog as a piece you can order.
cool.
So it's full line. And then next to that, a guitar that we're all loving our connection with Nita.
Yeah.
The first female signature artist in the history of Hoshino.
Fantastic.
Nita Strauss. She's with Alice Cooper. She's got her own fantastic solo career. Her signature DiMarzio pickups. Her signature heartbeat, inlays. The guitar's beautiful. This is the new ghost white finish that she wanted. You can actually see it's a trans finish. You can see the wood.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
The Jiva 10, her standard model, we're making a left-handed version now. So you know
Zach's a lefty, you can appreciate that.
Nice. Well, you know you've arrived when you get a left-handed version, because you know how to, when you shop for lefties, oh, they're back there. The two we have are, yeah, the two we have are over there. So now this is actually Prestige, made in Japan. We're not sure the pricing yet, so because it's just now launching.
Wow.
So it's fantastic that guitar has grown to that level, because she's a fantastic brand ambassador, an amazing guitar player, and a nice person to boot, which is good. I've done several clinics with her. She's so friendly to the fans. She's actually sat down with a pad and paper and drawn out like lessons to help, she'll have me grab a guitar and face to face for 10 minutes, drawing out a lesson plan. And it's, nobody does that.
If you do all that, you might just sell enough guitars to get a left-handed model. She's doing everything right.
Yes, you will.
So,
yes, you will.
I love that.
So, new Jake Bowen, a 27 fret RGA with the new Gibraltar Elite bridge. So you'll notice our new hardtail Gibraltar style. Those are his new signature pickups. They haven't named yet with DiMarzio. So Jake's a huge fan of the brand and had some really killer signature models.
We got Megadeth here.
Yeah, I got Kiko, Grammy Award-winning Megadeth, out on the road right now. So Kiko got a new made in Japan ruby red finish.
Scalloped up here past.
Yeah, scalloped from 17 up. And you got the Brazilian like Incan inlay.
I love that cream binding and that.
It's like a little thicker S body.
Yeah.
Edge tremolo.
Another one of my favorite players.
Oh man, a new Andy Timmons premium line AZ. So we went to a traditional six screw traditional bridge.
Yeah.
You've got volume, tone, 5-way switch, 3 humbuckers. So you've got your Andy Timmons signature humbucker and the chopper rails. All coil tappable with the alt switch.
Cool.
Roasted maple neck, locking Goto tuners.
No, what I mean is.
And then, as we mentioned, the AZS singles. We sent Tom an AZS, and he started playing it like religiously. So he came out with a color scheme and a design. So a new Tom Quayle single cut.
Were these fairly new models a couple years back?
This is all. His model was 3 years ago, I believe.
Okay.
The double cutaway.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, this is just now.
Okay.
This just happened this summer. So your alt switch again, but the more vintage style tortoise guard.
I like that.
With the tremolo flush. That's not flush. It's just a flat mount. Roasted maple. And that gorgeous ash body.
Yeah, I'm just in awe of this lineup.
It's
just
amazing.
does not stop.
The scope of player, from metal to the most amazing blues guy you've ever heard.
They're just all at the top of their field, top of their
absolutely.
game. And
absolutely.
what a cool thing. You've got a pretty cool job at it.
I do. Here's the new Josh Smith's single cut signature.
Another killer player.
And this guitar is ridiculous. I love the curve control.
It's really cool.
It's the biggest neck Ibanez makes. And his model is actually bigger, his personal one.
Oh, really?
And I can't even imagine playing a guitar like that. But gorgeous roasted maple. It's a soft B.
Okay.
Traditional style tuners.
Nice.
With the split top. And yeah, he played our party last night, and it was phenomenal. He was the closer after the fireworks.
No kidding.
And then the Laurie Basilio, she's our newest female signature artist.
Beautiful.
So another AZ single cut body, hum single tremolo. And the lovely Sam modeling. Carol Merrill showing us the stuff. So yeah, there's the new signatures for the year. These were actually released last year, but because they played our party and they're here in the building, we wanted to bring some to have some contact with the fans and whatnot. So
The remaining question is, where's the party tonight, right?
The Marriott Bar, apparently. I don't know.
Nice.
Last night. It was a good time.
Well, why don't we wrap it up right over here with John Scofield and George Benson? Just
Yeah,
'cause
absolutely.
I got to show some love to my all-time favorite guitar players
There you
of all
go.
time.
Yeah, we got Scofield on the wall. So the Hardcore series is huge for us, and the scope of product we can make from $300 up to a Benson.
Yeah.
From the different pickup designs, different switching, like the switch here, the tritone switch, so you can actually run series parallel on your neck pickup.
Oh, cool.
That's a Scofield feature as well. Great finishes, and it looks like a traditional guitar, but it feels more comfortable. It feels like you want it to feel, versus having to get used to something that, because it's old, you just got to play it the way it is.
Sure. Yeah.
So I kind of dig that we, being who we are and what we're known for, we can kind of play with this and do it our way.
Yeah.
We're not locked into any particular history or anything like that. So that's a great feature.
Sure. And then
And then our new Benson, the new special that just launched this year.
Oh, nice.
In the Sapphire Red. So we've got the premium line here, or the regular line, so $15.99 price point. And then the new made in Japan that we don't know any of the pricing info on yet. It's so new. So great inlays, the headstock logo with his initials, and like the champagne flute or what.
Yeah.
So great two-piece tailpiece, so you can adjust your string tension. So you can adjust that forward and backwards to get the angle over the bridge for more bend, easier to bend or tighter tension. Neck and pickup mounted pickups, so only the bridge sits here,
there, right?
and then everything else is in the bottom.
Yeah. And you said that pretty much one of the longest running artist endorsements of any brand.
Yeah, since 1978.
Amazing.
That party or that event a couple of years back was fantastic.
Yeah.
It was the same year as the Steve Vai launch, and Steve asked that we put George on the main wall, and he said, I'll take a side wall, because he knows the importance of George's history and George's effect on the guitar world, for one. And
Well,
then
it's one thing to inspire somebody to buy a guitar because of historic designs. It's another when you inspire people to buy these guitars because every artist on the roster is just an absolute wizard.
Absolutely.
And so you get so inspired to want to play these because you watch the masters play.
Exactly. And no matter what style, there's something for almost everybody, I guess.
It's covered.
For even in the bass side, the acoustic side, which acoustics are our new growth area.
Yeah.
With bringing in guys like Marcin and John Gom, who are like world-renowned fingerstyle players with all the percussion, and we're getting more involved in that side of things and really growing the acoustics, where before our acoustics were more to give dealers an acoustic brand when they were already Ibanez dealers. And now we're really focusing on making it its own thing.
Are there a couple you'd like to show us?
We got the John Gom here, which is amazing, and we can go take a look at that.
Yeah, go wrap it up over there. I'd love to
you
see
got
that.
it.
Yeah, we love acoustic guitars too. Just want to make sure we give it some proper attention.
Absolutely,
so something new.
So just a few new acoustics this year, but like we've got the Marcin poster here on the wall. We've been working with him recently on America's Got Talent. He had come over from Poland to go to Berkeley. COVID happened. He had to go back home and do it virtually. Wow. But man, he's turning heads everywhere. His YouTube channel is hundreds of thousands of people.
Wow.
John Gom is a legendary fingerstyle guitarist. So this the new JGM 10 is you've got your Fishman pickup, magnetic pickup, and you've got a microphone. You've got 2 input jacks. So one for the magnetic, one for the mic. Controls are right inside, so it stays out of the way of the body, let the resonance of the body stay complete. A little bigger body all in general for the bass response, doing all the percussion, and then the brighter spots up here.
Sure.
New headstock shape and new logo for the Ibanez acoustics.
That looks sharp.
So, and that's working its way down into the $200 and $300 price points as well. So a reinvention across the line.
Yeah.
One guitar at a time.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I can't thank you enough. These are absolutely inspiring. So,
got it.
Emery, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Amazing
Appreciate
things
you
from
guys.
Ibanez, as always. And thanks for being here at
Yeah,
NAMM
man. You
2022
got it.
in beautiful Anaheim. All right.
got it.
For Plain Trade Guitars, I'm John. That's Zach behind the camera. Make sure you're subscribed for more great content. We'd love to be featuring a few of these guitars on the channel soon, so stay tuned. Links in the description for Ibanez. We'll see you guys soon.